before we do this, I want to explain kind of like the grips and you know, what types of grips should we have in the guard when someone's in our closed guard. So these are the grips and the styles that you guys can use, and each one has its benefit. And I'm going to try to explain the benefit of them. But here at this academy, we play with the classic guard, which is same side sleeve, same side collar. So this right here would be the classic guard, where my hand would be on same side collar. This hand is always supposed to be trying to pull his posture down, all right? And then this hand right here goes to the wrist. So I always go hook grip, like I showed you guys from the other video. I'll hook the grip, all right? I could pistol the grip, where you just grab it into your hand and bundle it, all right? I could just grab the top of the grip using no thumbs. That's another way to grip and control that hand, all right? Even on the same side, I always could not even control the grip and do a modified classic grip. And I like to do this quite a bit, especially when I'm in half guard. Well, I'll pull behind the tricep and grab. As you can see behind the tricep, there's like a little bit of the wrinkle. I'll grab behind that tricep. What this does, it keeps his arm, pull your arm back, it keeps his arm from pulling in. So it's like you're controlling the elbow, but not with the hand. And sometimes I'll use this depending on how they're playing, all right? Now there's gonna be opposite. So opposite hand, cross sleeve, and there's gonna be cross collar. So I'll go to the opposite collar. And you could do the same arm bar we just did, but it has its benefits. His benefits are, when I do this arm bar, he tries to stack into me, he cannot stack because my knuckles are into his carotid. So that's one way, one different modified grip that we could benefit from, even doing our classic arm bar right here, all right? Next one will be cross sleeve. It would be called cross guard. Well, I take my right hand, I'll cross and do my grip here, and I'll take the other one and cross, all right? I know this grip is super good. It's only good to not posture up in. So what I'm trying to say is if he stands up, there's no stopping him from standing up, okay? So it's only good, and it's really easy to sweep somebody to control. If anybody's ever in your guys's, if you're in anyone's guard and they ever cross guard, one thing you guys should never do is stand up. It's really easy to sweep because I control one side of the leg. And what I mean by that is, go ahead, stand up. I start to stand up, boom, he's controlled on one side of his body, all right? He doesn't realize it. It's not the same thing as my right hand's here and his leg's free, right? I'm only controlling this. I'm controlling both limbs when I'm here, all right? So if you guys, so go back down. So if you guys want to play this guard, all right, and they like to stand up, control both of them, and that will help you guys beneficially, all right? One thing also as well, I could play overhook guard. So what I'll do is I'll go over in, do like an over grip onto the armpit and hold the collar, right? This is like a collar sleeve guard, all right, where I'm holding here. You can also hold the top of the head, and this is gonna prevent them from posturing up. So this is just ways to control people, all right? And you don't have to hold on to here, all right? This is a pretty good grip. But with this grip, you guys gotta make sure that you're pinching up here on top. And if you guys want to, you could put a thumb on top of the collar, and that's another way to control. You could go thumb on the opposite side as well. That's another way to control, all right? Other ways to control, all right? Other ways would be using the lapels. So I could take out his lapel, pull him in, boom, open it up. I could use this as a control on both ends. So what I could do is pull this up, I could pass it to the opposite hand. Now it's hard for him to posture up, all right? And he's gotta worry about what's happening behind his back, okay? If he postures up and boom, he postures up, I could take this, cross grip it on top. Now I'm controlling his arm with this grip as well, all right? So that's just another way to control. Another way to control would be to use, hold right here, would to be use my own lapel. I could grab this, I could bring it over the top, I could grab here, and I could control his wrist there. And sometimes they'll get stuck with here. These are just ways to control the hand without getting everything else involved. I'll do this sometimes just to discourage people, even though I don't think it's very threatening unless you're really good at it. I think it's a really good way to wrist lock people, but maybe one day I'll show that to you guys. So those are the ways that I like to control, but we're just talking about upper body, all right? I mean, I can control him here if I want with two, but you always need to control the posture. Another way I like to control is I like to control the knee or inside the leg. So I'll bring him up and I'll put my hand, if you can see, on the side of his knee. I'm trying to grab a little bit of material and hold. And it's really hard for him to move around, and I have control of this leg no matter what. All right, if he starts to stand up, right, I have the control of the leg, and he feels like he might be off balance. I could stop him almost from standing up. He doesn't want to stand up if I have control of the leg. All right, so if you guys, if people like to stand up, you could always do that. Also, if the knees are wide, you can use the hand to underhook inside the thigh. And I can use it doing any type of sweep, all right, going back and forth. So those are kind of some of the ways to control, guys, and they're really good ways. And other ways too, if you guys are really flexible, I'm gonna show this to you. If I bring him in here and I go inside and I start to go out, and there's ways to control in here, you know, there's ways to control side guard, all right? So this is called side guard, right? When I'm really high on the guard, that's another way to control, all right? You know, you'll have people will go here in front and lock up here. I mean, there's a lot of ways to control somebody, and depending on your style of jiu-jitsu and what you like, guys like to do. Anyways, hope this helps you guys.